friends, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Banished with the Colonial Charter mod. Disaster has struck, once again, in a minorish kind of a way. Last time around, we were having trouble making sure that everybody had tools. Well, now they do have tools. We rode that out. It's now under control. The knock-on effect from that has been rather positive. We now have enough clothing for everybody. Hooray for us! But the bad thing that happened is the quarry ran out of stone. Problem. Because I can upgrade it, but it requires what looks like 120 exploding things. Or something. I don't know what that icon means. So I've hit the upgrade button just now, but likewise, what I've also done is I've set up a fresh quarry up near my secondary iron mine, just to try and keep things moving along. You know, if I run out of stone, well, that's the end of all of my many varied and exciting building projects. So as you can see, it is, you know, it's happening, it's coming. And once it is, then the quarrying folk will be able to get back to work. Meanwhile, this grain silo is happily storing up some wheat. We are still trying to get some linen. Now, I've got some on order. I've got lots of things on order, but I can't help but think that maybe I missed the button that actually meant that order ever turned up. I imagine we'll see in due course, but right now it certainly doesn't look too promising. Now we've got a new market up over here. Our orchard area is flourishing quite nicely. Or, well, if not flourishing, it's certainly developing. And long may that continue. Meanwhile, I've finally found the plaza button that will allow me to plaza to my heart's content. And, you know, can't beat a good plaza. So we're plazering up over here, out the front of this key barn. I figured I might as well have one nearby just to store the odds and ends that come out of here. And a couple of houses to keep the farmers nearby. Yes, I am, finally, paying some attention to my workforce actually being anywhere near where they actually work. Which hopefully will have a positive effect. But what I'm going to try and do is get mulberries as quickly as possible so that I can get my silkworms going. Not that I'm that desperate for silkworms, you understand, but I've built the silkworm shed. I might as well have, and I've got the silkworm lozenges. I might as well, you know, worm some silk, frankly. I can't fit that in there. 10 by 11. No, it's not the most efficient, but it fits the pattern, and frankly, if something fits the pattern, I'm going to be very inclined to take it. There, see, that's just horrible. So let's not put a road in there and pretend that everything's just fine. So yes, okay, so my hope today is to be able to close down a few more items from over here, transition them over to this new area, and then think about where I'm going to stick me livestock. I reckon it's probably going to be in this forested section here. I mean, there's a lot of it, but I've got quite a bit to move. I mean, first I want to see if I'm actually coming anywhere close to hitting full supply on food. Our survey says, what did we do last year? Produced 32, used 27. That's more like it. Now we've got excess usage at the moment, but we're in summer, so harvest is coming up. Likewise, let's up this to the point that no, keep that 5 in there, add a 0. Right, yeah, let's not be worried about storing too much of any of this stuff. Let's store as much as we possibly can, and then maybe we'll get a full measure on how close or otherwise we're actually getting. There he is. He's turned up with some linen. Now I ordered linen in order to get my my windmill made. What do we need here? 500. Oh, I reckon I can afford that. Ditch the Phoenix first. 140. Furniture goes for a cracking price. Not as good as pottery though. Let's potter up. We're overpaying by 65. Well, let's take another 6 then, and I'll take 5 change. It's all the same to you. 135. There you go. Trade it. Now, if my team have any sense whatsoever, that linen will now make its way to my windmill so it can be finished. Wouldn't that be nice? Likewise, it looks like my new quarry has got underway. There we go. So yeah, okay, new quarry's underway. Likewise, I've stuck a stone stockpile just outside. Seems to be the sensible thing to do. But these chaps do have to wander a long way in order to find somewhere to rest their weary heads come day's end. So I might... Let's have a look here. If we can get another field in here. There's 11. That's good. And then we'll put another one in next to it. Yeah, you know, I'm going to over-deliver on crops if need be in order to get people moving around correctly. Right, that's 3. What about here? Do you feel lucky about here? And then if I can get with that done, what I'll probably end up doing is creating a nice little housing area up here. Let's stone road that all the way across. I know it upsets some of you that I use so much stone, but I like it, both aesthetically and functionally. Reserve of food is low, but yeah, but we're coming up on harvest, so, you know, we may yet flourish. What have we got in here? We got a whole lot of cotton, that's for sure, and then, you know, here comes the fresh goods. I'm optimistic. I think that's going to work out. Now, where did my linen go? It didn't make its way up here, that's for sure. Someone else has gone, oh, I'll turn it into a tablecloth or something ridiculous. Right, okay, let's stop faffing around with this, and what have we got here? This is a... Why do I currently not have clicking function? What manner of orchard are you? Or are you not? You're a discharged orchard. No? Yes, you are. You are an orchard no longer. Okay. Alright, well let's tell the folks to dig all this lot up. There you go. Stop convincing me you are something that you are not. Likewise, I have grapes aplenty now. So I'm going to remove this one as well. Yeah, it's happening. We're making a move. Now there's going to be an ugly transition period while all of this kind of takes shape, because I'm going to be building stuff and then removing it again, and then building more stuff and removing that too. But it needs to be done in order to create civilization in this new island. New island? I guess we'll call it an island. Okay, right. What do we need that we don't really have? I think there's a market that leaks. There we go. Stop that. Likewise, this one, when it's ready, you've got quite a bit of removing to do, haven't you? So I'll wait for them to do their removing, and then we'll adjust. 55 of 52. And I'm out of labourers. Well... And I haven't got enough vendors. Oh, right. Okay, well, this is clearly the kind of the housing shortage, tool shortage, starvation moment is biting me a little bit with an aging population. So I need to play it safe for a little bit in order to... you are unable to... Materials are not available. Right, well, we did have an oversupply of clay, so maybe if I switch this chap onto reeds, then we can two birds and a single stone there. Now, we do have 17,000 food in stock. That sounds like plenty to me, given that we've only one season left to run. So far, produced 30,000. There is a chance here that we come up ahead. That'd be good. And obviously the fisherman's going to keep going until the end of the year. We'll see how that goes. Likewise, what have we got here? We've got a winery, we've got a country house. Right, we can bulldoze the country house and make them homeless in the middle of winter. No, I'm not that cruel. You can be... Seriously, I need more stuff that grows in these orchards. I can't just... I mean, an oversupply of figs may not be something that anybody else is worried about, but I think it could lead to negative environmental constraints. I mean, if you think about the power of the humble fig. Let's put that there, and then let's get this lot round here. Yeah, something like that. It's not exactly symmetrical, and that's fine. This is a more rustic and inviting area of the town. Likewise, I've got a market. Did I want anything else? I've got storage. We're about to have some housing. Everybody's happy. That should be fine. Right. Okay. So this vineyard is now bust. We ought to think about where I want to stick the winery, because it sure as hell isn't there. More pressingly, I possibly want to get these bison on the move. Because this is not dedicated pasture land. Well, even if it was in the past, it certainly isn't now. Likewise, let's get these. There we go. See where we're rolling. One worker here. Let's go with red lettuce. Yeah, and this one. Drop the worker count. You can go with field mushrooms. Enjoy yourselves. And this one will have tomatoes. I saw tomatoes, and I think, oh yeah, people will dig the most my tomatoes. So let's tomato up, and we have a worker shortage. Crikey. Mind you, I have got 19 builders employed. Let's crop that down to a more realistic 5, shall we? I should never have so many projects. Hey, look, the linen turned up. Making flour? Yes, making flour. Excellent. Oh, if only it animated. That would be fabulous. I like the addition of it anyway, but if it animated, that would be quite something. I accept the limitations for what they are. Right, let's get some... Hold on, we've got a merchant. What have you brought for me? Bedding. No, I make that now. I don't need it. I don't need any of this stuff. Fabrics and fibres. What can you do for me? Nothing, apparently. I don't need any of this stuff. No, I don't need it. Owl Frederick. No need have I of your itemery. Likewise, bedding. How are we actually doing for bedding? Desired 0, count 0. That doesn't say what we've got in stock though. Let's put that up to 250 and see if we can get some supply coming in, because frankly having plenty of stuff to trade is a good thing. Now that does mean a few less supplies for the folks, and to be honest, the folks are starting to get a bit unhappy. Well, that doesn't seem quite right. I mean, yeah, there was that whole period where people were homeless and they didn't have any tools and they were all starving. But that still seems a little bit harsh to be quite so disconsolate. Huh. Alright. Maybe some kind of retroactive move is going to be needed. Still, we've got some houses up here, and that's going to help these farmers out in terms of getting to work in the morning. This whole area here could end up being quite nice. In fact, you know what? Yeah, that's going to be sensible as well. All right, let's road this all the way up here, straight line all the way to there. It makes sense, as much as that's going to be, you know, a bit of a mission to get that properly built. Given the amount of clearing it's got to do, I think that's a sensible move, hooking up my two kind of food resource areas. Okay, now we definitely need housing up here. Otherwise, these farmers are going to have to move so far to get to work in the morning that they're just going to be, you know, thinking about heading back the second they turn up. Now, how many people can I get in here? Do we assume that 6 is the number of people? No. No, this is just the number in the queue. possibly even a hotkey. Okay, fine. Officer townhouse we're not quite ready for. I think a country house might do the trick, you know. Right, and then we'll find a way to get as many of these just kind of in the area as possible. And that way there should be plenty of workers close to the work. Actually, putting another one here would probably be a move. In fact, putting another bunch here and possibly a market to support them. Oh, it's never ending. Just gimme, gimme, gimme all the time. Where are we? Stockpiles? No. Trade? No. Market? Yes. What do we have? I think it's got to be a kind of... What does a rural market give me? That's not rural. That's huge. Right, let's put a small market on there. I don't really want to face it that way. I want to face it this way. There you go. And we'll plonk in another house next to it. Country house. Country house. There we go. Right, now, I'm optimistic that that's going to be enough housing in this area. I mean, it should at least take the pressure off the number of people who are homeless at the moment. I mean, I've been sticking up houses aplenty. Yeah, a vendor and a stone cutter. They look flaming miles away. I'm going to suggest they move. Oh, hold on. What's that button? Upgrade to a country house. Upgrade to a country house. Oh, that's a nifty touch. Okay, upgrades. I like it. I don't need to. This is just a nice little casual area for people to hang out in. How are you doing for storage? You're just storing any old nonsense in there. Right, I need to get these pastures moved, and that means that I need to find somewhere to put said pastures. Let's clear this lot, and then we'll find something to do with these pastures. What's the profession counteroo looking like here? Any notable shortages? No, but I do. No, hold on. 2 or 4. Right, let's stock that back up. But I want to wait again in a little while to make sure that that I'm building up a surplus of labourers once more. And the other thing that I need is I need more school housing, because the new workers are coming through. I mean, you know, let's not beat about the bush. They're not as sharp as the previous generation. Okay, right. Well, you know, this is all going in the right direction. So, where am I going to put? Let's go for a big zoom out here. This is taking a lot longer than I anticipated, you know. I suspect you do know. Oh, hold on. What have we got delivered? I'm getting distracted every time this fool turns up. Doesn't do me any favours, but... no, I don't want it. Not interested. Could you... I mean, do you fancy selling me some seeds? No? No? In that case, let's give him his marching orders. There you go. Off you go. Right. Alright, I think this is... I think it's got to be this kind of area just below the orchards here. We ought to turn into... I mean, this is going to put my... my Forester's Lodge out of business. But weirdly, forestry actually appears to be going all right at the moment. So maybe I keep it right the way over this side. Get a bit of housing in as well. I don't like it. So it seems to be a little bit far away from the business end of things. I mean, the alternatives, I mean, I could possibly get them in here, but that feels like shoehorning. And I want to leave some more space for fields here anyway, for orchards rather here, so that when I finally get the seeds for the other kind of fruit that I want to grow, that I can actually plumb those in. And I'm starting to have second thoughts about this road, because if I'd have run it along the coastline here, I could have got an extra field or two in. I'll dig it up as the need arises. Okay, what have we got? We've got 20,000 food in stock. Our food numbers are definitely increasing now. And I've just closed that window. Stop closing up. Thank you. Coats are good. Tools are good. Metal is low. Ah. Okay, that's unusual. I've closed that window again. Let's do that. I've got 5 people out of work. Something bad just happened. Miners, where are we? Miners. 14 of 9. One of the mines just emptied. Okay. I'm going to guess it's this one. Okay, we can upgrade it. Candles. Got candles. We can do that. Good. So what are the blasting? Oh, it's lamp oil. Oh, okay, right. Where do I make that? I am still thinking, where am I putting those animals in my head? I haven't forgotten. Smithing and crafting, there you go. Chandlery, no. What's this? Melting house, no. Something that looks like lamp oil. And if it comes down to it, I'll use the, I'll just order it again. But it would be preferable if I could make it myself. Because you never know when you're going to need it again. No. What else could it be? Maybe, no. It would seem ridiculous to use olives to make lamp oil, wouldn't it? There's got to be something a bit more appropriate than that. What do we got? Distillery, curing, yeah, winery, brewery, a small tavern. I haven't gone into tavernery yet. That's got to be on the right. Where am I putting these animals? Okay, look, if we expand out further this way, this field section here, I think we've got it as big as it actually needs to be. So if I were to press this stone field out that way, right, as far as there, let's say, and then when that's done, I'll bridge across. But I think this is going to be where we will stick our pastures, right, and we're just going to make, you know, the biggest pastures ever seen in the world. Or not, as the case may be. They'll be as big as they need to be and no bigger. Stop sounding extravagant, you fool. Right, let's... Oh no, you've made a mess of that already. Solid work. There we go. Like that. Pasture it. Okay, now I've got bison, I've got llama, I've got chickens, and I've got sheep. Assuming the sheep have not died while waiting dockside. Right, let's go with 12. 12's a nice number. 15? 15's a very nice number. 16's better still. Alright, 16 by what? 23? Okay, that's a... Sure, why not? 16 by 23. Let's do it. 16 by... No, can't have it. That's 23. What about 15? 15, 23. There we go. That's 2. What's this one going to be? Alright, so much for any kind of standardization here. 16 by 18. Alright, that's a decent size, I suppose. And then this one will be whatever's left. 16 by 19. 16, 15. 15 by... Where's 19 come from all of a sudden? How big did I say that one was? Nope, nope. Nope, there. That. This is... No measurement given. Alright, well, let's just let that bed in, and then we'll progress from there. God, the amount of stored iron is looking unpleasant. I've got a blacksmith here. You know what? He's a fairly low-risk blacksmith. Let's upgrade him. Yeah. That's a good idea. Merchant! Right, what have you got? Now you're talking. Tobacco seeds. I don't think I make tobacco yet. Let's do it. Right. give me... So there we go, we've got 39 bedding. Hey! Let's put all this furniture up for sale, given that I've got... Blimey, I'm overpaying by a lot there. I'm not making butter lettuce, so let's have that too. Meanwhile, orders... What I want from you, my friend, is flax and mulberry. Flax, yes. Mulberry. Mulberry, no. Maybe, here we go, red mulberry. And white mulberry, we'll have both. I want all the mulberries. Where's the press order? But oh no, we have to tell it to actually bring them. Hit trade. Make it happen. Tobacco seeds. Okay. Fine. Yes, good. That's more variety. Variety good. Like variety. Okay, so we need to wait for a lot of chopping. Hold on. Why are you confused as to your role in life? I don't believe I've put anybody out of work recently. What's occurred here? There's 15. Where's my miners? Miners 9 of 9. Okay. What were you? What have I removed? I don't rightly know. Because that's the hello, I'm unemployed signifier. And nobody should be unemployed. It looks very much like full employment to me. Oh, hold on, we've got a bonus black. That's because I'm upgrading the blacksmith. Right, in fact, you can pretend you can have some time off. You are gainfully employed. We're just waiting for your shed to be upgraded, and obviously that's going to take a little while, given the amount of pasture land that I'm trying to extrapolate here. As much as anybody ever extrapolates pasture land. Right, how are we doing? I'll keep that mix. Yeah, we've got 49 building jobs to do. Many of them here. But I am reliably informed that joists will get things done. Now, if I can make joists at this new blacksmith, then I can make my building supplier here, which potentially will lead to a position where I can make furnishings. There is quite the causal chain going on there, and all being well, that will yield a bright new future. These orchards are coming out lovely. Now, if I can add a bit of mulberry action to this lot, then we could be going places. Now, but I do need to make people happy. Maybe they need a church. I've willfully ignored anything of a religious leaning so far, but I suspect the time may come that my happy-go-lucky population is not going to remain happy-go-lucky until I give them a cloud-dwelling wizard to believe in. You've got flour, you've got wheat. I would say you are working together harmoniously. Your wheat, your wheat, your wheat. You are also wheat, and some wheat with some wheat and wheat. We're making enough wheat, friends. Right, I've got 16,000 food in stock. We're going to check up on this again, because if I've got it right, I can remove some fields. Right, we have produced so far 5,000 this year, but that's okay. Last year we had like a 7,000 surplus. Handy. This year, given that we're coming up on harvest now, I would say that looks likely to happen again. So I can probably put another farmer out of work. What are you? Rock melons. Right, when you've finished harvesting, I'm shutting you down. As I will gradually do in this whole area. Likewise, actually, I'm going to say it, that's incredibly cruel to say. You know, they're enjoying their retirement, and I'm making them homeless. That's the kind of cad I am. There we go. Okay, right, good. So that's, come on, get this done, and I'd like to get that issued now before I forget. So we're going to migrate our walking food, cattle, and fowl over in this direction. We'll do that by splitting the populations to begin with, and then we'll just we'll just bulldoze their previous home, and the rest can go and roam in the woodlands, which I'm certain will make them very cheerful indeed. And then once I've got everything relocated in this area, I'll probably expand housing a bit more, give it a bit more storage, put plenty of animal execution chambers on this kind of spit of land at the end here. And we'll press on. Likewise, I think another bridge at some point here would be welcome. But as you can see, we're now past the segment of doom, because the child population has started to grow again. So that's why have I got 2 unemployed people now? What is going on? Who have I just rendered unemployed? That's the blacksmith, waiting for the blacksmiths to be done. Where are we? Vendors! We've got 2 vendor jobs. There we go, let's put those to work. Somebody else is unemployed who shouldn't be. What are you? Does it say? You're a baker. Did I just bulldoze a bakery? Oh, yes, it would have been one of those town buildings, presumably. Right, okay, fine. Oh, well, we can have another a bakery on the go. Raw food, no. Food refining, yes. Bakery. Somewhere over here would it be sensible? It's relatively close to the flour. It's sensible. Right, that's quite enough. Enough of this. I'm going to let some of this building catch up a little bit before we crack on with the next adventure. But once that's done, and if those joists come off, then we can probably catch up on our building jobs. Finally. I feel like we've actually made a little bit more progress this time around. I haven't put quite as many people out of work as I would have otherwise done. But once I think I'm committed now to emptying first and then refilling once I've emptied the whole area, rather than doing what I have been, which is kind of semi-enthusiastically adding more stuff. I'll wait until we're done. Yes, actually, this is a great idea. Putting the bakery here, and then we'll put the other one that I've got there at the moment. We'll put the other one next to it. Good. Right. I feel confident that we're moving into the future with a bold step and a spring in our smile. Or words to that effect. Thank you very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed this one. The series it's taken a bit of a pause in terms of general progress while we redress the horrendous building of the past, but it won't stay that way for long. We'll start striding in a direction that will leave everybody gasping with the joy of it all. Meanwhile, a trader has turned up. I can't let you leave you hanging. I don't need llamas or sheep. Go away. What a shame. Subscribe if you've not done so already. I will catch you very soon. Thank you for watching, and cheerio.